So first of all, let's talk about the current state of the trucking industry. Right now, trucking is still booming. No matter how hard the pandemic had hit us, yes, it slowed down a little bit, but goods are still getting moved. You're still drinking a Coca-Cola, you still got toilet paper, you still got food on the shelves, still got medicine, stuff is still getting moved. So no matter how bad things get, trucking is a business that still moves. Now, on the flip side, if you're thinking about becoming an owner-operator, I would not suggest that at this time. A lot of owner-operators have went out of business because fuel prices have went up, prices of parts have went up, trucks have gotten more expensive. Some of the bigger carriers have bought up some of the other bigger carriers. That being said, if you're thinking about becoming a company driver, there's still a big need for company drivers. Now, I'm not saying that owner-operators can't make no money. They still can, but they can't make as much as it was. But being a company driver and the need that right now for drivers, it doesn't matter if it's 2008, 2018, 2012, 2023, even during COVID, we still moved. So we still worked. Out of all the businesses out there that shut down, trucking keeps moving. When trucking shuts down, it's the last. So it's the most recessionist-proof job you could get. The Board of Statistics says that it's still going to grow another 2% in the next decade, which is great. So there's still going to be a need for trucking. As long as people are buying things, there's going to be a need for it. So you need to get your CDL if you're trying to get a recession-proof job. Now, there's a few other factors trying to decide if you should be a trucker or not. And we'll get into those in a minute. But right now, we're talking about the economy and should you go get your CDL. Right now, the CDL schools are packed. Okay, so there's still people hiring left and right. So now's still a good time. I'm a trainer, so I know there's a waiting list to getting in, and we're constantly hiring people left and right, getting in the jobs. All the major carriers are hiring people. You go to their big companies, their big interviews, they're packed full because there's a turnover rate. We're gonna go over that in a minute. But so if you're looking to get a CDL, yes, now is the time to do it, and yes, you could make money. Now you say, well, Sean, should I get a CDL? I don't know if it's right for me. That's the question you're going to have to figure out. And I'm going to give you a few ideas if you would like trucking. Okay, are you a person that likes to drive all the time? You might be a good truck driver. Can you handle being alone for a long period of time? You might make a good truck driver. Are you good at finding your way around, mapping, knowing a GPS, coordinating? You might be a good truck driver. When you get your CDL, you're not really considered a truck driver. They say you are, but until you get with your mentor, when a student comes out of school, I'll teach them and I'll mentor them the right way to become a truck driver. I teach you the manners, I teach you the respect, I teach you how we roll out here as truck drivers, and then you become a truck driver over time. But there's negatives to being a truck driver. There's long hours. We have to do long hours. We have to do, sometimes, we're tired. Sometimes, we have to have poor health out here. If you doesn't manage your health right, if you're not good at managing your health, you might not want to be a truck driver. If you're already struggling with weight and struggling with diabetes and struggling with things, you can lose weight out here. I'm losing weight. My diabetes is under control, but it took a minute for me to figure out how to do that. And in my other videos, I explain that. Subscribe to my channel and we'll go over all that with you. How strong is your relationship at home? Me and my wife have been together over 20 years. We get along great. It works good. We have a system that works. Some relationships fall apart out here because they just can't stand being alone away from their wife, or their wife can't stand them being away from them. So how strong is your relationship at home? These are things you need to discuss with your spouse or your loved one. Hey, can you do these duties? They got to step in and help with the children. They've got to they got a lot of responsibility at home because you may be gone. Some jobs require you to be gone 3 to 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time. Luckily, with Rosedale Transport, you're home every week. And that's why I work here, because I like my wife likes me getting home, and I like getting home. They also hire new truck drivers. So if you're looking right out of school for a job that's going to get you home every week, you want to call Rosedale. Their number is 706-226-1003. They're out of Dalton, Georgia. 90% drop and hook. They got good equipment. They get you home. And you might even get a train with Joe Bowler out here. The last 3 people I've trained come off my YouTube channel, and the next 2 I've got in line come off the YouTube channel. So you might get a chain with trucking off for Sean, whether good or bad, but you know how it goes. Check out that number again, 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina. Tell your boy Sean sent you. Now, so I told you the good and the bad and the ugly. Now let's talk about Let's talk about the good. I told you some of the bad. Let's talk about the good part. So the good part is you got a steady paycheck. Okay, I've got health benefits. I don't have to worry about like my diabetes medicine. If my wife has any medicines, that might be expensive. My medicine will be over $1,000 a month. My insurance covers it. Rosedale's got the best medical program. It's great. Whatever my insurance don't cover, they have a secondary insurance they offer. 100%. Great. Got a 401k. You know what I'm saying? You can build your retirement up. Most trucking companies offer a good medical plan, 401k. You could actually save money. So you ask yourself this: is trucking? I asked myself, should I be a truck driver or should I still do this? You know, I've got a GED. I don't even have a high school education. Got a background, you know what I mean? But I asked myself these questions: is it worth it? And I'm like, well, does my wife want anything? My kids taken care of? You know, got a nice car. I never have to worry about anything getting cut off. Am I saving a little money every week? I'm not getting rich, but am I saving money every week? Yes. So these are things that, you know, you got to ask yourself, like, you want a steady income? Trucking's the right way to go. It's steady every week. Boom, 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 boom. If you get with the wrong company, then that's your problem. You got to leave that company. There's going to be some companies out there that are bad, and that's why I'm trying to guide you. Rosedale Transport is great, but there's a lot of good companies out there. So do your research on your trucking companies, and that's another video. We'll talk about that later. Right now, we're just discussing, is it worth it getting into it? What are trainers making? Or what are trainees making? What are brand new drivers making? It's a great question. So let me go into that. Right now with Rosedale, if you come in as a trainee, they pay you up to $1,000 a week training. If you typically go out with a mentor like myself, you go out 4 to 5 weeks. You earn $1,000 a week learning to drive. Great. They actually reimburse your school. So let's say you went to school somewhere and you paid like $4,000, up to I think $45,000 or $4,000 they reimburse. I don't know that. You have to talk to Tina. But they reimburse you your school, and most trucking companies will do that also. All right. Then after that, all the trainees, and I know this because all the trainees I've trained, I stay in touch with. You know, I kind of coach them and I talk to them. And I ask them, I say, how much money are you making? I mean, you doing all right? They all make between $1,200 and $1,500 a week starting out the first year. So if you're okay with making $1,200 to $1,500 a week your first year, come on over to Rosedale. Come on out here to trucking. I hope those answered your questions. Like I said, if you subscribe to my channel, I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about truck driving. I got videos on snow driving, mountains, rain, hot, cold, how to eat right, how to cook, how to work out. Got all kinds of different videos. But you got to go right now and you got to hit subscribe. You got to hit that bell notification too if you hadn't done that yet. And that will always let you know when I put a new video out. I try to put new videos out several times a week. Sometimes a day I get a little busy, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you check that out. And then on Sundays at 10 a.m. it's Trucker Sunday. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. I bring you the Bible and the Word of God, and we have Trucker Sunday out here on the road. So make sure you come and support that. And on Friday night at 8 o'clock is Sean Talks Trucking. Again, this is Trucking Live with Sean. Let's get it.